Hello, how's it going? We have very long guns out today, except for this one. That one's not very long. We have normie guns out today. That's what we have today. We got normie guns. Thursday. It's Thursday. But we got the normie guns out. The Christensen, Remington 700, but Gucci. Over under 12 gauge. And the Sig P365. Literally just the normiest guns I have. Except maybe the Winchester 1300. Just pump shotgun. What caliber? This one is a 308. 308. If you are a cringe boomer. I don't know, I need to start planning streams, chat. Got no plan for today. We got one video to watch because I mean, Brandon Herrera, his last video was on Gotcha's dream gun. Or his last gun specific video. And now he's up and done a video on one of my dream guns. Just back to back. He's coming after us. Why would a boomer hate 308? Wait, you've never heard someone say 30 hate? Like it's a pun. 30 hate instead of 308. Brandon definitely watches me and Gotcha. He came after us both, one right after the other. I've not watched the video yet, but that's like the only thing that I have planned for today. The joke flew over your head. That's okay. I'm out here dodging jokes like it's the Matrix, so it's all right. I understand. Knockout, hello, by the way. I don't remember if I said hello to you. Oh, hello. Welcome. Oh, have I? Hold on. Hold on. I haven't checked my email today. Nope. Still have not been approved for the Desert Brutality match. Don't dox myself. It's okay. I have a business email. It shows up on my YouTube videos. The YouTubes. Have I heard? Have I heard what? And generally I don't do a lot of hearing about things, unless they're specifically gun or VTuber related. New gun ban, national level? I have not heard. What's that about? Oh. I mean, if they're just threatening another gun ban. Oh, new proposals? Okay. Well, I don't care about proposals. I'm gonna be honest. They're proposing things all the time. until they actually like start gaining traction on their literally proposing all the time. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of proposals, a lot of proposing. They probably make really good clickbait videos for like Guns and Gadgets and Armed Scholar and those guys who do the clickbait firearms news. But until they actually like start getting a little steam behind them, it happens too often for me to spend too much energy thinking about it. And besides, the last time they tried to ban something on large scale, pistol braces, there was just mass non-compliance. So even if they do somehow pass something, not gonna go anywhere. Who is Adam Schiff? I've never heard of this guy. Who is he? Oh, California senator. Okay, there's all kinds of
introducing the assault today.
All kinds of nonsense comes out of California. All right, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Oh, we're watching on small screen, I guess.
Today I will be introducing the assault weapons ban of 2025, a bill that would ban the sale, manufacture, import, and transfer of military-style assault weapons.
Yeah, they already tried this last year. They probably tried this a couple months ago too.
Since 2006, there have been 486 mass shootings involving assault weapons.
Well, that's wildly misleading, but go off.
Hundreds and hundreds of Americans have been killed in these mass shootings.
Are we gonna leave out that the vast majority of those is gang-on-gang violence? Yeah, we're gonna leave that out? Okay.
This bill is a way to attack that massive threat to our safety and security.
Chat, this might be surprising to you, but the people who are doing these quote-unquote mass shootings, they're already not following the law. Not even just like the law of not murdering people. It's like the laws for firearms. These people are already prohibited from owning firearms. At least for the most part. Gang members, not a huge historical precedent for them following new laws.
Dianne Feinstein introduced the first assault weapons ban 31 years ago after a school shooting in Stockton, California. For 10 years, that bill had a dramatic impact on mass shootings and mass casualties.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Show me the statistics, because I've seen them. It made a massive difference. Show me. Show me a statistic that says that. Because it's not true.
But when that expired, mass fatalities and gun shootings went up by 236%. The impact was that dramatic.
The crime rate it did go up in like 2020, 2019, 2020 during COVID. That that is far too late to say that that's because of the assault weapons sunset. That is no, that is dishonest. But crime, admittedly, did go up during COVID for many reasons besides the style of guns people were using. COVID times was wild toilet paper scrounging. Also, just in general, like during COVID, like people were cooped up, didn't get to socialize properly. Like people with depression and other mental illnesses, like it got worse. People got more testy, more violent. Like, ugh. It wasn't because of the sunset of the assault weapons ban years and years earlier.
It's time to pass an assault weapons ban again. It's time to protect our communities from senseless gun violence. It's time to bring back that powerful common sense reform again. It's time for the assault weapons ban of 2025. Today,
What an idiot. What an idiot. For goodness sakes. California policy attempt, federal. Yeah. And keep in mind, California already effectively has these laws in place. And California crime rate is not lower than other places that don't have it. It is in fact higher than most other places. All right, the replies. You want to see the replies? To the person who believes this guy, you have beachfront property in Oklahoma. There's some nice beachfront property in Oklahoma. You know, I've heard some good stuff. I've had someone try to sell it to me before too. I didn't buy it, you know, because I didn't have the money. But you know, I hear it's really nice. Time to introduce the GFY. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, Mag-Fed Garand? Very nice. Oh, I thought he was gonna show a time lapse of 3D printing a gun. Disappointed. Disappointed. "109 mass shootings so far in 2025. 576 in 2024. Overwhelming majority are handguns used by gang members. I don't think the color of the gang members matters a whole lot, but it is a lot of minority gang members. Black and Hispanic. In blue cities, it's just cities in general. Just like the big cities. Some cities are worse than others, but in urban centers, it's always worse. FPC, great, good job. Build assault weapons. True. Oh, why are they writing in cursive? Angle my parchment and gag upon my ink. Angle my parchment? I don't know what that means. Gargle? It's an A. Angle. Angle my parchment. A big fancy G? Is a G? This thing? That's not a G. Cursive is horrible. Angle my parchment, chat. Yeah, pretty much what I would expect from comments. I don't want to scroll too far in the comments because then we might get something a little too spicy. Yeah, there's always people trying to introduce various assault weapon bans at a federal level. I don't expect it to pass. And if it does pass, people will not comply. I hope the words shown weren't too bad for stream. I didn't see anything that was too bad. They didn't drop any N words in there. Any politician who posts this stuff clearly has a humiliation fetish. They never get comments supporting them. I'm pretty sure if you scroll far enough, you will. If you scrolled far enough, you probably would get support comments. You'd probably have to scroll really far, though. These politicians, though, did get elected. Keep in mind. Even if they got elected by people who I think are a little stupid, they did get elected. So some people do agree with them, unfortunately. There we go. There's one. There's someone agreeing with him. We had to scroll really far. There you go. There's someone agreeing with him. On Instagram, there's folks supporting it. Mainly moms / females. That's because that's mostly who uses Instagram. Or, you know, any meta platform. Which is why I don't use Instagram. Besides that, it's just, I don't know what I would do with an Instagram. Instagram is weird. And I don't like it. Not the BAFTA. Welcome. Pulled the Chiapa Rhino. Ironically, also the #1 demographic that would benefit from being armed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guns Guns are the great equalizer. It's true. Check their account because you're Snoopy. 99% certain support comment is a bot. There's actually quite a bit of bot commenting going on Twitter or X. I'm just going to call it Twitter forever. A lot of bot commenting going on X because the X revenue sharing, like actually getting a payout from X, is based on impressions. And so if you just have bots just flood like every post that does even a little bit well with comments, then you will eventually get enough impressions. Because comment impressions do count towards being monetized on Twitter. All right, we have got a video from yours truly. A video.
So if you watch the channel,
video from Mr. AK Man. She's gonna take a dump all over my terrible bucket list gun. I know it. I mean, if I had one, I also would just be ripping on it all the time. But I still want one.
before, you know that we're no stranger to cursed guns here.
Oh, that was an old one. The Kalashnikov.
This is barely a functional firearm. I don't know what you expected out of this montage.
Is that a
Guns
Heiser?
over the years
I have one of
you might
those.
call, well. But there is one gun in particular that stands high above the rest and earns the title of what I believe to be the worst production gun ever made. And
Very high bar. Worst production gun ever made.
that gun
He's not wrong.
is the Zip 22.
Oh, he's got the Ultra Mag with it. Chat, do you lean that far?
And if you've never heard of this before, buckle up. So obviously, it looks kind of fucked up. But let's see how it does at the one thing it was designed to do.
The one thing it was designed
Right
to
out
do.
the gate. First attempt at loading around.
What is the one thing this was designed to do? I don't actually know.
This does not
Hey!
I was just gonna say, this does not instill me with great confidence.
We're instilled with confidence now.
Check this out.
Standard
Ladies and gentlemen,
stovepipe. It'll be okay.
The Zip 22. So how does the Zip 22 work?
Go.
In short,
Malfunction.
it
One
doesn't.
shot.
But
Malfunction.
hypothetically, it has a push-through safety, which currently is on fire, as you can see by the red stripe. There we are put to safe. The fabulous charging handle is basically in front of the barrel. It's this little lever.
Oh, I
right
love
here on
sticking my
top.
hand in front of
Prong,
the
I don't know
barrel
what
of
the
my
fuck you
gun.
call that. Either way, you put your hand in front of the gun, essentially, and push down, which then racks the bolt.
Oh, these are so
Now, knowing
awful.
this gun has horrible reliability issues, they actually added a secondary lever where you can push it back just far enough to re-engage the striker. Now, to anyone who's ever complained that the Glock has a fence post grip, go fuck yourself. This is like, there is nowhere to hold this in a way that makes sense. They give you this little middle finger loop down here. And if you're rocking the bigger magazines, that actually almost helps because you can kind of wrap your hand.
These are apparently easier to hold if you're left-handed. The only gun that's nicer if you're left-handed. And it still sucks.
Around the mag there at the bottom. But it's just so, I feel like I have to hold it sideways for this to even begin to make sense, which iron sights are present. Magazine release here.
It looks like standard
magazine,
notch irons.
And the entire thing just generally feels cheap and shitty. Even the barrel is plastic. If you look here, it's just a plastic barrel with like a rifled sleeve inserted on the inside.
I feel like that. That's not super uncommon for 22s, honestly. Just a super thin, like ultra pencil barrel with a polymer sleeve. That's pretty common.
Which I'm now realizing is not even concentric. Very nice. How much?
They are usually concentric.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I hate the zip.
It's a shame they don't make a left-handed model for the righties. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'd buy a left-handed Zip 22 to shoot right-handed.
That round fed properly, it just straight up didn't fire. There you go, went that time.
That's what the second charging handle's for. It's perfect.
Really love how you can't get the magazine out if it starts to malfunction. Gun is clear.
Oh, the poor Zip 22. That's a
I tried to shoot this a
collector's
little bit
item.
off camera to test some different ammo and then set it down to go load more because I was out of ammo and I didn't realize that the last round had smashed itself in the chamber. I love this thing.
I like his, like, Karen hair in the wind, just all going over to the side. It's very good. Like Karen, like California beach bro hair.
I love this thing. All right, because I know there's going to be people saying, oh, the bigger mags, it doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. Just as a reminder, these are the magazines that the gun came with, that I bought him with. But just to be fair, we'll try the 10-rounder. Get in there. Just had to fucking karate chop a magazine. What the fuck am I doing?
He became Kyle Herrera. Yeah. Oh.
Yep. Well, it does run better.
That was quite the string of fire
But
there.
I wouldn't say it runs good. It's actually smashed so into the fucking barrel that there's nothing keeping it on now. It's impacted that hard.
Stick your finger in
Is that
there.
the last round? That was the last round. My favorite part about this gun is that even if you use the 10-rounders that it actually likes, you have to drop them, pull on the sides because the little finger groove, that convenient little finger groove is completely blocked by the trigger guard.
Just pry it out with a screwdriver.
Thank you, Zip 22. Very cool. Are you worried about your information being leaked and getting doxxed and harassed? If not, you should be. It sounds like a threat. Cut.
Oh
For
no!
real. Today we're gonna
Panic!
talk about
Panic! You should be worried, Chad.
Today we're talking about Delete Me. Delete Me is a service that looks for your private information being sold all over the internet.
Is that
and removes it,
1022? Yes,
preventing
the
data
Zip
brokers from
22
selling your
runs
data
on
and causing
1022
you
magazines.
I'm not even kidding. I've been using Delete Me since I think the tail end of last year, and the amount of spam calls and emails that I get has gone down dramatically. I almost miss it. I wonder if Dinesh thinks about me too. The point is, I've used it myself and it does work, which is why I'm happy to have Delete Me sponsor this video. And right now you can get 20% off their consumer plans by going to joindeleteme.com/Herrera. Use promo code Herrera at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Herrera using code Herrera. Thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring
Your
this
local
video.
store had a
Back to
box
the
of
video.
those
ADD break.
with 1022 megs.
I almost
You can find
slung
1022
that in your
megs
face.
everywhere.
My finger slipped. You could probably see it in the video. All right, so we know the Zip 22 is pretty much ass at, doing gun things, but at least it has stopping power on its side as a plus. So prepare to be amazed by the devastation wrought by 22 long rifle.
Oh,
Hey, it actually fed.
oh,
Who up, Zip and
cycled first try.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
Man, he looks more disappointed than my dad.
Yeah. Now, where did this thing crawl out of? Well, this was actually developed by a company called USFA in
USFA.
2013, I believe, is when they released it.
Tell me
Have
the
you ever
history
heard
of the company.
Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Because the unfortunate part about it is that USFA was actually known. They had a pretty good reputation for making good quality Colt single action army replicas.
They did. USFA was known for being one of the better Colt single action army reproductions. And so if you find a USFA single action army, they're really expensive. Because they were desirable when they were still being produced. So they're like super collectible now. Actually insane.
Great reproduction pistols, but then they had the idea for the Zip 22. Now, of course, there's a lot of polymer on this gun, and polymer injection molding is very expensive. So they decided to sell all of their tooling and equipment that they were using to build the Colt single action armies in order to buy the tooling to produce the Zip 22.
Perhaps the worst trade deal ever made.
The pistol was received about as well as a morbidly obese cheerleader, and the company went out of business around 2017. Meaning these are a relic of a bygone era. Thank God.
Oh no! No! I'm ruined!
I
need
personally
one.
don't know how the fuck this left blueprints. I mean, anybody can just tell that this thing was a bad idea from day one. You wouldn't have even had to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology at sdi.edu using the link in the description.
I hope
You just
he has
kinda know.
the Zip
The Zip
22 manual.
is so bad, I would rather use an actual zip gun. I mean, shit, at least it worked.
Nice.
Also, any excuse I can get to pull this baby out, the Ted Kaczynski pistol, if you haven't seen that episode. Which not only did we do a YouTube video on this thing, but we also did an episode on Pepperbox, an episode of The Boys in the Garage, where we did
At least it works. Has to poke out the cartridge with his stick. At least every now and then the Zip 22 cycles, and you can get more than one shot at a time.
in-depth deep dive on basically how this gun was made, how we were able to replicate it. Speaking of edgy shit on Pepperbox, we just did another episode on The Boys in the Garage, where we basically did an entire guide on how to properly convert an AK to full auto. A lot of bootlickers were very upset about that.
I'm gonna be honest. I have never been more tempted to sign up for a subscription service than when they tell me they can teach me how to make an AK full auto. Even though I can't do it because I don't have the licensing to do that. I want the knowledge. I want to consume the information. I very, very strongly might get Pepperbox just for that. Maybe we'll do a Discord watch along.
This is illegal. You can't do this. For one, I'm a licensed manufacturer. I absolutely can do that. Nothing in that video is illegal. Two, it's not illegal to share information. Never will be. That's what the First Amendment is. And if you don't like that, that's why I've got the fucking second. But A, I think it's cool for a lot of people who don't get hands-on time with a full auto AK trigger group and maybe don't understand how it works but would like to. But B, it's a guide I wish I had when I first got my license and I was first starting to convert AKs. So if you're a licensed dealer who would like to figure out how to convert your own stuff, or you're just curious, check it out on Pepperbox. Link will be in the description.
I
I've even
am
seen that they
the
developed
curious.
a stock for this thing, which has a neat feature that the gun can swivel for tighter storage. By the looks of it, like 1.5 inches tighter, which is a lot, depending on what you ask. But in order to swivel it to be slightly more compact, the gun is now directly facing the shooter, which is just fucking par for the course. The one configuration I've seen for this that actually makes, I'm not even gonna say it makes sense, it makes the most sense, is when they attach it, kind of like a master key, on the bottom of an actually good rifle. I'm not sure when you would need 10 rounds of 22 LR while you are aiming a SCAR 16, but hey, you never know.
That was, I know why. I know why. Because back then, 22 LR was still considered less than lethal. So you can throw it on the underside of your SCAR. So if you don't want to shoot a 308 into someone, you can use your less than lethal 22. Gotcha. Hello. Welcome. Trademark battle zip. Yeah, gotcha. I just said earlier, Brandon Herrera's last gun video, he roasted one of your dream guns. Now he's roasting one of my dream guns. He's going after all of us. Who's next? Who's he going after next?
What I do know, though, is I think this makes it
My
an
dream gun is
SPR,
much cheaper than a stoner.
because you have a short barrel pistol that you have now attached to a stock, potentially creating the gayest felony since being gay was a felony. All right, Jake, you're taking your wife out on a date on the lovely south side of Chicago when a miscreant comes up to you and threatens you with a knife. The only thing you have to defend yourself is your wits and this Zip 22 loaded with 10 rounds. Possibly more effective.
Well, first of all, I don't even know if it's racked.
Right. So how would you go about charging that gun?
Well,
Oh,
look
he's
for a
handing
charging
this to someone blind?
somewhere, or some way to charge it. I tried here, right? And I tried this, but obviously it's not there. That's obviously your mag drop.
What if I told you it has a really cool feature where you have to basically put your hand in front of the barrel to charge it? Yeah.
Why?
High
Because they
quality.
thought of everything. This is the charging handle?
Yep, you've got a re-rack here, or excuse me, the Zip Restrike, as it's labeled.
Trademark.
The Zip Trademark Restrike.
Ah.
And then...
You gotta throw in the
Yeah,
trademark.
they're really proud of this.
Why are they different lengths?
It's an excellent question with a very funny answer. This is the charging handle that you load it from. Here, I'm gonna clear this real quick. This is the one that you load it from, and this one is the Restrike, and that's because it goes back just far enough for you to reset the trigger, because they're anticipating you having malfunctions and needing to reset the striker.
No.
Yeah, they.
It's true.
This one they really did. At least they knew their product.
He did also effectively use the restrike capability earlier in the video.
Let's put a shorter, another handle on it.
They thought of everything.
Where did you find this fucking thing?
This is
Gun
kind of like
broker?
an internet meme.
Okay.
As far as like shitty guns. And you know what the most insulting part about it is?
What?
I think I paid like $500 for it.
Oh my goodness. Is he the one who bought the last one off Gunbroker? I bid on that one and I lost because I wasn't willing to pay $550. I was upset. I want one for like 300 max. Maybe 350 if it comes with an extra magazine. Knowing him, probably. I mean, knowing him, he's probably had this thing sitting around for years. He just never made a video on it.
Because like they were, I think the MSRP when they came out was like 200, 250. But they're like,
But now they're sought after.
yeah, just
Right.
because of how bad they are.
Right. This one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at that. Why is my finger right there? I hate that so much. Where's the...
Yeah, the trigger is that bad.
I keep hitting another poundage wall and then another one. And then,
It's
there it
good.
is.
It's
Okay.
good. You get a finger workout.
Oh,
Restrike?
Well,
I have a very bad jam.
you shot him to, wow, that is actually really
The
bad.
shell's backwards. Brandon, I'm dead. Help.
Well,
Send for help.
he got 2 shots off.
I'm not covering
2
the
shots
south
of
side. What are
22.
you talking about? So now, in the heat of what is clearly a
Now a hostage situation.
yeah, they have your wife now. Now you have to. Oh, holy shit! This is actually jammed against the magazine, so the magazine doesn't want to come out. All right,
You need a third
now
hand.
we're able
There
to
you
get it
go.
in.
Thank God.
You have been stabbed so far 937 times.
All right, let's see how
You had to call a
accurate it
buddy
is. I
to
haven't
clear
even
the
thought about
malfunction.
accuracy yet. Did you see where that went?
Yeah, hit right on the tip of the black.
Okay.
There on the left side of the black.
Oh, so not that bad.
Let's see where this next one goes.
Yeah. Hold it right there. Literally don't move.
I need one.
Yeah.
I need to know exactly how bad that
From
trigger
15
is.
yards, it shoots decently.
How does it
straight when
compare to the
shoots,
Nagant revolver?
Which is nice.
HK VP70.
That last one sounded funky. So overall thoughts.
Hey, he got a few shots in a row there.
It's hilarious. I can't believe somebody made it unironically. The charging handle is really what gets me. And then, of course, the fact that it doesn't have an appropriate place to actually put your hand for a grip. I feel like it was made to stuff into a pair of gym shorts and kind of just leave it at that. It's definitely one for the collection. I'll put it that way.
I want
Yeah,
one
this
in my
one's definitely
collection.
getting an honorable spot next to the Kalashnikov and the pocket AK pistol, the little fucking Derringer.
Yep.
You want to see something that I just noticed? And I'm scared of?
Is it cracked?
Yep.
It's polymer.
The bolt is polymer.
Oh yeah, the bolt is polymer. I thought that.
What the fuck, man?
I thought that was common knowledge that the Zip 22 had a polymer bolt. That's why it's so horrible and unreliable. Because the bolt is too lightweight.
Yeah, it's to get through metal detectors.
I got nothing.
Dude.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I do honestly think that if you somehow recreated the Zip 22 bolt out of metal, I think it would become more reliable. If it was made on today's 3D printers and had a couple tweaks, you feel like it would be better. I am surprised that none of the 3D printer bros have recreated the Zip 22 and tried to make it better. I feel like we're missing a market here. I would actually calibrate my 3D printer if I could print a Zip 22. They're slacking. They are slacking. They're out here like trying to make practical things, and they could be making Zip 22 Gen 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Zip 22. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of this gun. I, for one, find this pistol incredibly inspirational. Because if I'm ever having a bad day or I feel down on myself or like I'm not doing enough,
At least you weren't
things just aren't working
USFA.
out. I like to think that at least I didn't fucking design that thing. And then I feel a teeny bit better. But I appreciate you guys for following along. I appreciate you for being subscribed.
I don't know. I would feel pretty good if I designed something that had a reputation and is as well known as the Zip 22. The Zip 22's got a crazy cult following. I want to design something like that.
Subscribe to the channel. More stuff coming next week, but I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers when there's less fucking wind. Jesus Christ.
I wanted to see more malfunctions. He did have a string of like 8 shots in a row in there. Without a malfunction? That was pretty good. Where is he? He's not on the ranch anymore. Is he just like out in some random field now? Probably.
The hills are alive. All right. Scratching my face with a gun. Prepare to be amazed.
I was prepared.
Prepare to be amazed.
I do unironically want a Zip 22. Because of the irony. Unironically, maybe I ironically want a Zip 22. Back on Black Rifle property from the looks. I don't know. Probably. I don't know Black Rifle property. Are there? Hold on, now I have to check. Now that a gun tuber has done a video on the Zip 22, the prices are going to be inflated for a while. That's just how it works. There are no Zip 22s on Gunbroker right now. There was one a little bit ago. Hold on, I wonder if the listing is still there. Can I find the link to it? I should have the link somewhere. I don't remember where. Oh, there it is. Oh, it didn't sell. It didn't sell. Starting bid $495. No one even put the starting bid. And this is the white one with horrible pictures. Goodness sakes. Oh, there we go. That's a little better picture. Pick rail vertical grip. If you put a pistol grip there, you could almost just use that as a pistol grip. Like if you put a vertical grip there, you could almost use it as a pistol grip. Yeah, I should have bid on it, chat. I should have bid on it. Why are there 4 pictures of the serial number and they're all bad? 3D printed grip that reaches back and covers the mag well? Someone should do that. Oh, there, look. That image is like almost crisp. It's so crisp I can see the schmutz in their carpet. Gross. A loyalty bonus, the free ZX30 kit. I missed out. Chat, I missed out on the loyalty bonus. They laid out all these manuals and just took a picture of the one thing that was upside down. Why? What? Coyote tan, not white. Excuse me. It's off-white. It's a beige color. And we're back to the horrible, crunchy beginning pictures. Pros, affordability. Generally priced lower than most 22 pistols, but it's not. 500? 500, you're getting into mid-range 22 pistols at that point. You can go down to Cabela's and get yourself a 22 revolver for like $130. And that'll fire all 6 shots in a row. Oh, maybe I should send him a message with an offer. I doubt they'd take it. But, probably doesn't hurt to try. Reminded you of the ounce pistol that was at SHOT Show? You want to know if anyone's bought one? Probably. I mean, their website is still up. I feel like are they even for sale yet? Oh, they're not available yet. They're not available yet. I'm currently on their website. When units are available, they're not actually available yet for that ounce pistol. I haven't seen any gun tubers talk about the ounce pistol, so it hasn't been released yet. It looks neat, like a Halo pocket pistol. Kind of. It's a weird gun. Very strange gun. It's got like an internal belt-fed mechanism for your non-detachable magazine. It's a crazy little gun. Oh. Why am I yawning already? I've only been streaming for like an hour. And I got, well, I was going to say I got a reasonable amount of sleep last night. I got like almost 6 hours of sleep last night. Slept 3 hours. I also took a little nap. A very little nap. Oh wait, hold on. Someone asked the over-under. The over-under. This is a pointer something. It's a Turkish over-under. Turkish like competition over-under. So it's got the little adjustable cheek riser. It does have, because we're fancy, it's got ported barrels and the extended chokes. Today we've got out the guns that impress normies. Fancy. Yeah, just wait till you figure out what I paid for this thing. Only $600? I have paid much less than $600. Joe Biden says he prefers shotty. Yeah, you just go outside, you shoot 2 warning shots in the air, and then you pray that you have time to reload. It is a good shotgun, though. Fire 2 blasts. Yeah, you go into the backyard and blast twice, and then anyone who's back there will be scared off. Which, I mean, honestly, like, if I saw Joe Biden blasting in his backyard, I'd be pretty scared too.
We're going to turn to Washington now.
What on earth is this? I don't want to watch ABC News. That's awful. I don't want to watch the news. That's depressing. Wow, you have the CZ over under? Like is it the premiere? Or like the redhead? I don't remember. I don't remember which ones. Both of those are CZ shotguns. Redhead premiere? Oh, nice. I got all the words in there. I think they've also got a Bob White shotgun. I don't know who Bob White is, but CZ named a gun after him. Look at CZ Drake over under. Chat, I I don't know a lot about over unders. CZ Drake. That looks like a very standard over under. That looks like generic over under number 4. Joe Biden told you told you double barrels are best. I mean, double barrels, particularly over unders, are very good at some things. Like a skeet and trap shooting. There's a reason they all use over unders. And there's a reason that nice over unders are expensive. Because skeet and trap shooting is, well, it's a rich people sport. You don't either, but the shop owner likes selling Caesar gear. I don't even know what that is. Caesar Guarinis and Fab Arms. I know Fab Arms. Your names are so fancy I can't even say them. Skeet and trap golfing, but with shotguns. Exactly. Actually, that's like the perfect comparison. Because golfing is either like the trailer park poor people, like doing some weird golfing stuff, or super rich people. And it's the same with like skeet and trap. You get some like trailer park people out there just like hucking some clay pigeons and shooting at them, and you got the real rich people out of the rich people trap range. There probably is also like a middle. That's not funny. That's not funny. Let's see. Is there anything from NRAM that's worth looking at? Probably not. I feel like everything that cool, everything cool that was going to be released was either at SHOT Show or IWA. So I don't think there's going to be anything. Oh, never mind. Never mind, chat. Never mind. What on earth? $84,000 Bitcoin revolver? I'm already disgusted. Let's watch. Appropriate music.
Hey guys, Luke C here with TFB TV Roadshow. We're out here in Atlanta. Wait, TFB TV Roadshow. This is not an antique. Hey guys, welcome back to TFB TV Showtime. We're out here in Atlanta, Georgia at NRAM 2025. I'm here with Chris.
I think that was a joke, but I don't get it.
Is it Court or Korth? Korth.
There's some lore out there that
Like, I
it's
think the
Court
Germans-
from someone that took.
What is that? Show me the break action semi-auto.
Like a semester of German one time, but it is Court.
Das ist furchtbar.
Exactly. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber es ist nicht gut.
Oh man, yours is way better than mine. We better cool it with the German thing.
Okay.
We might get demonetized. I'm
Okay.
just kidding. But
This guy said like the two words he knew in German. And this guy just started talking German.
we're here at Nighthawk Custom.
That's
to
what
talk
happens
about
when I try
one
to
of the
talk
most
Japanese.
ridiculous revolvers I've ever seen. And now that I've seen it, I kind of want to go out and buy my own Volcano.
You need one for each hip.
Yeah, one for each hip. Volcano, maybe a couple fighter jets, because this is a straight up revolver for a superfield. What is this, Chris?
All right, so this is the Bitcoin by Korth. Eventually, there will be 210 of these in the world. Right now, there's less
Why?
than 20, and there's only 5.
Well, first of all, why does it exist? Second of all, why are there going to be that many? They're going to sell over 200 of these $84,000 revolvers? Man, where are these rich people? I'm going to be their best friend.
In the United States, including this one, and that's only as of Monday, depending on when you're watching this. So, the gist of the revolver, it's based on a Korth Mongoose. It's a 357 revolver, but as you can see, it's got some shiny bits on it. So, there is 1.7 ounces of 24 karat gold inlaid into the frame. So, what they do, they take the revolver. These are all made the same way our Nighthawks are. It's one gun, one gunsmith, start to finish.
So it's that gunsmith's project from like the raw material till when it goes out.
I mean, as like a cheesy spy movie prop, it's kind of cool. It's not $84,000 cool. Rich folk that have burning money, I'll take it, you know, if they're just gonna burn it anyways. Like, they can put it into the X Count charity fund. Wait, $84,000. You could buy so much stuff with that. You could buy 8 50 BMGs. You could buy like 6 GM6 Lynx and have a little bit of money left over.
Exactly. Okay. And so what they do is they take the frame, cut these engravings into it, and then an artisan goes in and hammers in this 24 karat gold wire into the entire gun. And so everything you see that is gold on the gun is real 24 karat gold down to the front sight. And if you were to stretch out all these lines on the gun,
lifetime of food and shelter, you can literally buy a small house for that much money. Like not like a nice house, but like a small like budget house you could just pay for it with cash with that much money. You'd probably be living in the ghetto, but like you could have a house, a whole house. Gold inlay can look nice in moderation. This is not moderation. Nothing about this gun is moderation.
Gun, it would actually extend out more than 20 feet. Now, the kind of star of this isn't just the gun itself.
Right.
It's really this whole package. So I'm sure you guys will clip in some footage, but it comes with basically a digital copy of the gun. This digital hologram. It is also serialized just like the gun. So it's completely unique. It's completely bespoke to each one. It says your...
Just wait till someone hacks your digital course. Imagine getting your $84,000 gun hologram hacked.
Specific serial number. Kind of the idea with this is that because there's 210 of these in the world, they're going to be going out to a lot of international customers. And so some of these folks may live in a country where you can't actually physically own a gun.
No. They're literally selling holograms of the gun. They're selling serialized digital projections of the gun. These are all going to end up in Saudi Arabia. I need to get into the digital gun market, chat. I didn't even realize this was a possibility. It's selling an $84,000 digital projection. Gun company NFT. Literally. That's crazy.
So the idea, you have this in your man cave, you invite your billionaire buddies over, smoke a stogie, hop on the private jet, go out to your fancy gun club, and then the guy comes out in the white silk gloves to actually present you with your actual.
Well, how do I mean, this is a really, like, it looks like a really expensive revolver. We'll talk about the price in a minute, but like with something this expensive, like how do I transport this safely without, you know, like what if someone tries to steal this from me? Like what do I transport it in?
Well, luckily.
You transport it in your private jet, obviously. That's an easy question.
You have a thing that's not too far off the nuclear football. So this is the case itself that comes.
What is that? And this looks like a budget movie prop.
Comes with the gun. It's kind of inspired by this Da Vinci Code cryptex. And so the way it works is these dials rotate. You align them. Right here is the little kind of part where you can see it lines up. You align it with the exact serial number of your gun. This is Bitcoin number 21.
Oh, that's definitely not lockpicking lawyer approved. You just told
I wouldn't say it's that, but this is probably...
The code is your serial number. And the serial numbers are numbered 1 through 210. Easiest code ever. Man said nuclear football. I do love the rotating dials on the nuclear football. That's my favorite part of the nuclear football.
Probably behind several layers of private armed security.
Likely.
These people probably have their own
Plus,
private
and at
arm.
the end, you also got the gun if all else fails. So.
Exactly. Yeah, so you have a backup for your backup for your backup. So anyway, you line up the code. This opens.
Oh, that's 3D printed. That was a 3D printed plastic noise. That 100%, that's 3D printed.
Line up the code. This opens. And then
no, you're paying $84,000 for a digitally projected gun and a 3D printed case. Oh.
And the gun itself sits in this hand-stitched leather pouch within the case. This also, every single bit of this is done by Korth in-house, including this. This starts off as a big 185-pound block of billet aluminum.
Aluminum? No, No. That is not what aluminum sounds like. What? What part of that is aluminum? It's the most plasticky thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's machined into 84 individual parts, assembled, even the case, the wood they
Oh, is it this part?
use, everything, they're doing it in-house at Korth. And on the front, it has this kind of revolver wheel style lock.
Maybe for showcase they 3D printed it? Okay, maybe. That's a possibility. For the one at the show, it's 3D printed. That could be. That could be.
That's what this goes in, this entire package.
So what I'm hearing here is like the most important thing here seems to not have been just like the aesthetic design, but the material selection you guys have here, because back to the revolver real quick. This has got gold in it, but in the frame, but the grip, let's talk about that real quick. You mentioned this grip was made in a very specific manner that I've not heard of before.
So basically they take acrylic, kind of an acrylic liquid compound, and they pour it over 24 karat mesh sheets, and they kind of tangle them up, and so you get this organic shape. And then whenever they machine it into a grip, you get, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but as it catches different light, you almost get this 3D texture where it's almost like you can look into parts of the grip.
So they literally poured like epoxy in layers of gold leaf and then shaped a grip out of it. That's kind of cool. I'll be honest. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. 84,000? No. Gold leaf is relatively cheap.
It refracts the light a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, it kind of has depth to it whenever you actually look at the grip in person.
Now, with this kind of revolver and being the discerning customer that I am, I want to shoot my purchase.
Yeah.
What guarantees are there like that this thing just won't like fly apart? Because gold isn't exactly the strongest material on the planet.
Every one of these is test fired when it comes into the United States before it goes out. Every one of them has to shoot a one-hole group at 20 yards, and every one of
A one-hole group at 20 yards? How many shots? Because I can shoot a one-hole group at 20 yards every time if it's a one-shot group.
of them does. And we send them out with a target.
Wow.
And so there'll be a nice little clover leaf whenever you get your Bitcoin revolver to prove that if you did need to pull out your $84,000 revolver and shoot someone, it probably would work.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. There's 210 of these, and they are that the MSRP is $84,000.
That is correct.
Do you think this is obviously probably not the most expensive revolver in the world in terms of, because there's auction guns that are gone for millions, but production revolver.
That's gotta be one of the most expensive production. Obviously, like a revolver presented to like Stalin is gonna go for more, but current production, not historical value. The NFT revolver has to be.
There's 210 of you. This is a production gun that has been...
Oh, I didn't even get to that. So eventually there will be 210, and kind of the concept with that is that with Bitcoin, eventually, because it's a finite source, there will eventually be 21 million BTC coins. Whenever they get done making revolver number 210, they are also going to destroy all the hardware, all the software, everything used to make this gun. So just like Bitcoin, there won't be any more.
There's no way to copy it.
Exactly.
What do you mean they're going to destroy all the hardware used to make the gun? You said it was just a standard Korth that's got inlays and special grips on it. What do you mean they're going to destroy the tooling? Like the engraver tools? Who cares? The interview is wild. It is wild. What on earth?
Exactly. You can never make another Korth Bitcoin revolver again.
We're getting into levels of NFTs and Bitcoin and 21st century crap that like I'd never anticipated coming into the fire.
Well stated. Well stated. 21st century crap. That's perfect.
Firearms market. So this is wild. So it's available now.
It is.
If one of you supervillains or bajillionaires out there wants to buy one, and it's $84,000, roughly $84,000, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately going to be up to the dealers that stock it, what they list it at. But yeah, technically, that's what we're saying it is 84.
I'm speechless. So.
I am too, and I spend a lot of time around it. I get uncomfortable whenever the little glass lid isn't over.
All right, chat. 84,000 MSRP. What clearance price are you buying this at? The NFT Bitcoin revolver. I don't know, I think I pay like $800-900 for it. Just kind of as like a neat conversation piece to have in the corner. $5. Do you think the collector will pay over MSRP for it? I think the collector will definitely have one of these. I'm going to be disappointed if the collector doesn't have one of these. $2.45 plus lint. Very nice. The interviewer's hand is shaking a little as he spins the display. I also would be shaking a little if I was handling a gun that's worth $84,000. I get nervous when I handle guns that are worth like $10,000.
The top, but no,
it's pretty
spectacular.
Are we allowed to touch it?
If I gave you some gloves, we could probably let you touch
we got
it.
the white gloves and, you know,
exactly.
put in the secret code and everything.
Yeah.
So, Chris, this is a bonkers revolver. Thank you for showing us
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for coming by.
And guys, be sure to check out everything from Nighthawk and Korth revolvers. They do a lot more than just the bonker stuff. They do some more practical stuff too.
Yes, we do.
And make sure to stay tuned for more from SHOT Show 2025 here at TFB TV and TFB TV Showtime.
Not a SHOT Show.
Oh.
And
God.
Ram.
That was good.
That revolver is for people with way more money than sense. And I wish I had that much money. I wish I had more money than I had sense. And I don't have a lot of sense, let's be honest. That's, that's crazy. I can't believe NFT guns are already real. In the end, it's only worth it if people buy it. What are the odds they don't even get to 200? I think they will, unfortunately. Because the whole thing is like, he said in there, like a big selling point is they send this like a little hologram digital projection to another country where you can't own the gun, so that you can still have it, and then you just like don't have it. It's crazy. Scoop. What's a scoop? I think that there's going to be a lot of like Dubai oil barons. They're going to be buying these things. Which is crazy. Oh, the things I could do with $84,000. Scope? Just pet the scope? Just the scope? Not the gun. Gotta be sure not to touch the gun. We're just petting scope. Key jingle. Key jingle. Look, we haven't done a key jingle in a while. Where are my keys? Pet the long tube. Pet the long tube. Again. We got keys though. So you can't leave chat. You got keys. You got keys. Except people with actual money aren't the ones interested in crypto and NFTs. How will that help their flock of falcons in first class? But I feel like a lot of, maybe not like the actual like oil barons, but like the children of the oil baron dynasties. Keep paying attention. We got keys. The coin collector. Who, me? We do have some coins up there. We got coins. A lot of international coins. From places I have not visited. The keys. African warlords? Oh, true. True. There could be some African warlords buying these Korth revolver NFTs. I don't know what other like international what other international like people are going to be buying these things. The keys. I don't know, maybe would there be any like any like Chinese like tech giant? I don't know. It's a gun. Even though it's just an NFT. Cartel? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, cartels for sure. And you start copying some Swedish francs. I've got some French francs. Those don't exist anymore. Swiss billionaires. Yeah, but I feel like the Swiss billionaires will actually be able to have the gun, I think. I don't know what Swiss import laws are. But Swiss is pretty alright for guns. As long as you actually are Swiss. The keys. Yeah, definitely Definitely African warlords. Cartels, for sure. Some oil baron dynasties are gonna have them. Keys. All right, we're putting keys away. Putting keys away. I'm sorry, chat. They were up for a while this time. It's crazy though. $84,000 revolver NFT. I'm jealous, not of the revolver, but of the disposable income to buy that revolver. You hate how they do this circuit gold inlay? They're German. You're just hoping for more floral engraving? So Korth is German. But then it seems like they're importing the German revolver. And Nighthawk is doing the customization. And that weird little circuit board thing kinda, you know, it's kinda tech looking. And it comes with the revolver NFT. What on earth? Or 2,182,786,214.53 Vietnamese dong. It's a lot of Vietnamese dongs. Does Vietnam even have enough population for that many dongs? That's crazy. I'm just stunlocked. Stunlocked by that stupid revolver. Oh my goodness. Holy. Oh. Their GDP tells us there are enough dongs. It would have been really nice with an Art Deco design. Maybe. Maybe. But they're making a gun that was having to appeal to sell to like NFT crypto bros. Black and gold is perfect for Art Deco. Maybe. I don't think I fully grasp like what Art Deco is or like why it's popular. I guess it's not for me. I guess it's not for me.
Pinell County Sheriff Ross Teeple here.
But now that we've watched a video about this stupid, crazy, expensive gun made in super crazy, stupid, expensive ways, what about inmate gunsmithing? I saw an article about this probably like a week or so ago. I didn't read it. I just saw that it was there, and I was mildly curious. But now they made a video about it, and so I don't have to read, which is perfect for a VTuber.
Pinell County Sheriff Ross Teeple here. You know anything about me? I'm all about the Second Amendment and second chances.
Based. Maybe.
I will defend your Second Amendment constitutional rights to keep and bear arms, and I also believe that we need to train individuals so they
this a
have the
political
skills
ad?
when they re-enter society. That's why today, on April 1st, I'm announcing our inmate gunsmithing certification.
April 1st? Was this an April Fool's joke? I actually can't tell if this was an April Fool's joke.
Program here at the Sheriff's Office. What we're mainly going to be concentrating on today is that...
Yes, it was an April Fool's joke. Yeah, he's pointing with the Desert Eagle. For sure, April Fool's joke. Man, I thought someone out there was being cool. Teaching inmates gunsmithing. Dang it. April 1st. Sad day.
AR-15s. AR-15 stands for Armor Light Rifle Model 15. It does not stand for assault rifle.
Okay. At least you got that part right.
I've actually never shot a gun before, so this is a really cool program.
The handcuff just still attached to one hand. Good job.
Actually get my hands on these really cool items.
So the protocols that make it safer is they don't really give us any ammo, just in case like we don't
Is this where the clip goes in?
Well, first off,
because it's not fitting.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I am not against this idea. Like, for obviously you're not gonna have it like a high security prison do this, but like a low security prison, like there's some valuable skills to learn here. Wasn't there a guy who developed a gun in the 1900s who was a criminal? Yes. I don't remember which gun. It was the M1. It was the M1 carbine. I do remember. It was the M1 carbine. They wanted a reason to pull out the 249S and the Thompson. I mean, I would too. I also would take every excuse to pull out either of those guns if I had it. The fact they consider this a joke is sad. I know. I thought this was a good idea.
First off, that's not a clip. It has a spring, so it's a magazine. A clip would be for like an M1 girl.
Give that back to bro at the front. That's not even for that gun.
Brand.
So when they brought it into me, it was just like really black and crusty. It took a lot of work getting it this pretty chrome color.
And don't worry, I know what you're thinking. This is only for non-violent offenders.
You know, I'm gonna get a certificate.
Yeah. Of course. I'm all for this. Let's start teaching the non-violent people in prison real life skills. Let's go. Come on. Let's get this started.
Certificate for this, so it's gonna be nice. Now I can go back out, make my own guns.
And with the inmates, maintaining the weapons, deputies can exchange them and get back out on the road faster to better protect you and save the taxpayers money. Now, what's the rule if we find a high point?
Throw it away.
Exactly.
Yes, true and factual.
These are really cool, like really cool life skills we're learning here.
Thank you, Sheriff Teeple.
Thank you, Sheriff Teeple.
Thank you, Sheriff Teeple.
Thank you, Sheriff Teeple.
And I can hear the phone calls already.
Come on, Sheriff Teeple. You gonna get my hopes up like that?
Yes, if you haven't figured it out, this is an April Fool's joke. But if you want to work for a professional agency that still has a sense of humor, we are hiring deputies, detention officers, and dispatchers. It's an honor to serve.
Man, I wanted them to actually.
Really,
Oh, we
really
got
great.
bloopers?
If you could be a part of it, you totally should. Come to jail and join us.
Well, time to get swatted. Get taken to jail. There's a 4th or 5th Circuit ruling allowing non-violent offender whose 2A was violated. So I don't know. I know there was a court case like that. I didn't follow it because I'm not a non-violent felon. I hope that's not surprising. But it doesn't affect me. Swatted. I'm gonna be honest, chat. If I ever got to the point where I was a large enough creator to get swatted, that would be bad. I'm just be perfectly honest. And that'd be bad. Imagine a SWAT team rolling up, like kicking down the door, and there's just some dude sitting there literally surrounded by guns. That'd be bad. That'd be bad. So hopefully that never happens. Peak. Yeah, there definitely needs to be change topics slightly. There needs to be punishments pursued. Punishments pursued for swatting people. So far, there have only been as-applied decisions concerning felon 2A rights. Nothing that changes it for everyone. That sounds right. Having an as-applied decision is way safer for the courts. Pet Sieg. This Sig's been good. Never exploded. Only went off when it's supposed to. It'd be worth contacting local law offices and letting them know you're a streamer so they have it on file that this could happen. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't think it's a huge risk because I'm still a very small creator, very small streamer. Like, if I thought it was a huge risk that I was gonna be getting swatted, I don't know. Maybe. But the risk, I think, is so small. I have so few haters, chat. I haven't even had very many, like, trolls coming in. There's a lot of other, not even gun tubers, but people who, like, talk about guns who are pretty small. in the grand scheme of things, who have had people come in and troll about gun stuff, but I haven't even had that. So I don't know. Everyone here's been super cool, and that's pretty cool. I unfortunately would like to grow as a content creator. Which does unfortunately mean that while my luck has been very good so far, and all of you are super cool, I gotta get some haters sometime. That's how you know you've made it, when you get haters. I gotta get some haters, chat. And haters will like give you free advertisement and stuff. It's crazy. I gotta get me some haters. Does it count that people hate my taste in guns? No. No, they need to hate me personally, on a personal level. I need a death threat, chat. Come on. Don't death threat anyone, chat. Don't do that, by the way. That's how you know you've made it. It's a tall order. What? Just wanting some genuine haters out there? Is that a tall order? Maybe. Maybe. I need to be more clickbaity and controversial. That's what we need to do. Contacting police may seem excessive, but it's one of those things to be aware of. And saying, if this happens, call first, helps protect them from accidentally sending people out, and protect streamer, because if they do, they've screwed up twice. It's probably true. That's probably true. Maybe I will. Maybe someday. But I don't know. I haven't even been doxxed yet, chat. How are they gonna swap me if I haven't even been doxxed? We've got so many steps to go through. Got leaps and bounds. I haven't even had like a DM calling me racial slurs. Like, I basically don't even exist. Firewalls be good then. Pretty good. Pretty good. Also, I haven't like accidentally shown my whole address on stream accidentally. Like a lot of streamers have at some point. First doxing is being swatted would be an achievement. Yeah, that's true. You get the Xbox super rare achievement. You get that flash. That might be the last achievement you get, but everyone knows where you live. Right next to Gotcha shipping container. Yep. I live right next to Gotcha, where there's literally still snow on the ground. But also it's like 85 degrees here. Right next to each other, chat. What pistol looks nice? This one? This right here is very rare. It's not. I'm being sarcastic. This is a SIG P365. So just literally the most popular carry gun in the country right now. It is an older version of it, but that's what it is. It's just a SIG P365 XL. This is the gun that I carry most often. You like that one? You like this Spectre version? The Spectre version's cool. I don't think it gives me any more functionality than this one does. And for carry gun, I don't know. I don't need something flashy. With that many firearms on site, they need to send at least 3 SWAT teams. Hopefully. Hopefully. They better not be treating me like some small fry. You like to grip, very aggressive, really hold on to it. I mean, the grip on this one is, I mean, it's got, you know, just the factory grip texture, which is, I mean, it's not like wonderful, but it's more than enough. I don't know. I've never had any trouble with it. It works. Small, carries well. I have had this gun being carried, like on my belt, on my person, for how many hours straight? Like probably like 40 hours straight. If not 40 hours, then almost. Like 40 hours straight with this gun, like on my person in a holster, carried. Which any gun and holster combo before what I carry now would not have been possible. Have an M18 with grip tape. Am now wanting to grip tape all your pistols. That's a lot of pistols. You've only carried for 12 hours. I don't recommend carrying for 40 hours. It's not ideal, but if you're going on a road trip, I guess if you're going on a road trip, you could have like a car holster or something. I don't have one of those. But a multi-day road trip kind of thing. But the holster that I carry it in is the Safariland Schema holster, which is a very good holster. Not sponsored, obviously, but I do highly recommend the holster if you've got a small carry gun. For driving, you'd prefer an off-body setup? Yeah, but then if you have to get out of the car, like I don't want to leave the gun in the car if I'm like going into a gas station or something, right? Because gas stations tend to be one of the sketchier places you can stop. And so I don't want to be like handling a gun in the parking lot of a gas station, even if it's in my car. So I'd rather just have it already on my person. Just have a fanny pack. The fanny pack of power. The carry fanny pack. I have considered it, I'll be honest. You can carry bigger guns in a fanny pack. You just have to carry a fanny pack. Like the ones that are made overseas, Sig. The Swiss SIGs. Swiss SIGs are nice. Shoulder holster and lower leg holster. No. No. The only reason to have a leg holster is if you're wearing a dress or a skirt. Which I don't wear very often, chat. I hate to disappoint you. It's not very often I'm wearing a dress or a skirt. Rule 63? You're gonna rule 63 off of that? Guess what? Guess what, chat? Guess what? I'm still not wearing a dress or a skirt. I'm wearing pants. Mal, all of last year carrying a Taurus 605. Revolver carry. Why not? You think I would look good in one? No. No. Chat. Do I need to wear a skirt to Desert Brutality? As my cosplay for Desert Brutality? That I have not even been accepted to yet? Leg holster is nice. What's wrong with them? They're uncomfortable. Leg holsters are uncomfortable. Used it conceal carry because California. Okay. Okay, California. Okay, I guess. I guess California. Alright, so Classic Firearms apparently has made a video now about Glock. They're discontinuing more than 35 pistols, I'm pretty sure. We counted. I don't remember what the number was, but we counted, and it was more than 35. I don't remember what the number was, but it was more than 35. It's like 40 or 50 some. 75. I think we did miss one. I think it dropped to 74%. Because we did miss one. It dropped to 74% after we found another one kind of near the end of stream. But let's see what Classic has to say about it. Let's see what copium they're huffing over here, so they can keep shilling Glock as the greatest thing ever.
Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Kai over here with Jason.
What's going on, folks?
And today we're going to talk about Glock discontinuing a bunch of its models, SKUs. So we're going to kind of dive deep into that. I know it's been covered before. The news is about 3 weeks old at the time of recording this thing, but we're gonna actually provide you guys the most.
No. There's no way it's 3 weeks old. 3 weeks old the time of recording? I don't think so. Glock 23 compensated? It's a model you're looking for? You better start searching the used market.
Comprehensive video information about it.
Absolutely.
3 weeks sounds right? I was just slow? Okay.
Items gone.
Exactly.
Out of there.
And we're like,
I'm just saying.
come on, like, what? Why? So we didn't understand it initially, but then we talked to Glock at the NRA show, which happened just this past weekend. If you haven't seen the footage, definitely
okay,
check
tell
out
me,
the footage.
tell me the copium.
And
Let's go.
we kind of understood what was going on. In fact,
we got the news from the horse's mouth itself.
Exactly. So actually,
from the horse's mouth, because Glock, because.
let's talk about the entire list. They're discontinued by Glock directly from the website, right? Discontinued pistol models: Glock 17 Gen 4, Glock 17 MOS Gen 4 and Gen 5, Glock 17L Classic Gen 3, Glock 19 Gen 4, Glock 19.
What, you skipped the Glock 17L Gen 5.
19 MOS Gen 4, Glock 20 Gen 3 and Gen 4, Glock 21 Gen 3, Gen 4, Glock 21 SF, Glock 22 Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Oh man, such sentimental value for me. Yeah. Glock 23 Gen 4, Gen 5, my very first pistol ever, firearm ever in my life.
We're
Glock
actually
23.
not mad about that though.
It's got it really near dear to my heart. But anyways, Glock
Gross.
24,
Gross.
Glock 26 Gen 4, Glock 27 Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Thank God. Glock 29 Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Glock
a lot of the Glocks.
Glock 30 Gen 3, Gen 4,
it definitely
Gen 5,
needed to be discontinued.
Glock 31 Gen 3, Gen 4. Glock 32 Gen 3, Gen 4. Glock 33 Gen 3, Gen 4. I don't want to say this. Glock 34.
All right, you've gone too far, Glock. You've gone too far.
Yeah, the Glock 34 and the 17L, I don't think should have been cut out. Like, the 17L Gen 5 specifically. Like, the 17L Classic, like, that one I thought was like a limited release one anyways. Other than that, I don't know. I'll be honest, I kind of agree with most of the list. Like, maybe keep, like, the Glock 22, just like the standard 40 in small production numbers. Because 40's dying fast, it's not dead. Keep that one around for, like, another year or two.
What
Glock 34, what? Yes, Glock 34, Gen 3, Gen 4. Right when you thought it was bad, Glock 34 MOS, Gen 4, and Gen 5.
I can feel California air punching right now. So
Gen 4 and Gen 5. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, Glock 35, Gen 3, Gen 4, Glock 35 MOS, Gen 4. That's the 40 caliber version, right? Glock 36, Glock 36 FGR, Glock 37, Gen 3, Gen 4, Glock 38, Glock 39, Glock 40 MOS, Gen 4.
40 enjoyers have had it too good for too long. If 40 enjoyers are living life right now on the used market, you can get used 40s for so cheap.
Glock 41, Gen 4, Glock 41 MOS, Gen 4, and Glock 49.
Wait, the bear gun's going too?
Gone.
Wow.
All of them. Now.
Yeah, and the Glock 40. The Glock 40 also should stay. The 34 should stay. The 40 should stay. The 17L should stay. Like, those three for sure should stay. All the other ones, of the other ones, there's like a couple that are like, maybe they should keep it. But those three, they still sell. And in not particularly small numbers, especially the Glock 40, honestly.
Now, I know this is a long list, and some of you may think about certain models being discontinued ridiculous. Like, I thought initially, and still do to a certain degree, because really, like, my very first pistol ever, well, firearm ever, was a Glock 23, and you know, I got some like sentimental value attached to them. But let's go over to our footage with Shane over at Glock. So shout out to actually Caitlin over there. Shane, obviously, love that guy.
Okay, let me hear the
shout out
copium
to Captain
straight from
for being
Glock.
there and talking to everybody. So let's go.
Tell me
watch
why.
our interview with Shane, and then you guys will have
Tell
actually
me
a better
why.
understanding, and then we'll talk about it further.
Ain't nothing.
And there's another
Okay.
thing out there now. Glock is discontinuing a bunch of models, or maybe the guns itself, or some SKUs. Can you just let us know about that? What's going on with that?
Sure. It's essentially a SKU rationalization where we're trying to streamline production and manufacturing and give the consumers the products that they are wanting the most. So it's...
They're discontinuing all the ones that I even had any interest in. You're not giving me what I want the most. You're taking away everything I might consider buying.
all the discontinued models are on the website. You can find that entire list there. But it's just the customer, or the models that the customers are demanding the most.
Yeah.
It's our opportunity to look towards the future and also streamline production so we can get the most guns out.
Yeah, that's okay. Crazy. So, what? Any guns just going away?
Whatever that list is, the guns that are going away. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you asking about a specific gun?
That excuse only works if it's an international change. True. Keep in mind, this product lineup is only a change for the US civilian market. So internationally, a lot of these are still going to be available. If you're a police department or a military organization and you want to contract some of these, you can still do it. They'll still make them. This is just for the civilian market.
Specific gun, yes.
Which one?
My favorite Glock 34.
Yeah, 34. I like the 17L better, but they're both both the same category.
That's also one of my favorites, but yes, that is on the list, so it will also be going away.
Yeah.
Now, there's still going to be a lot of models currently in distribution, so if you find them at a dealer.
I don't care about the other models. Why would I want something that's not what I want? Why would I compromise and get something that's not what I want? I thought Glock wasn't about compromise. Now they're telling me to compromise? Just get what's on the market? Is that how that's working now? No.
Obviously, they're going to be available, and we're still going to work on them. We'll still have parts inventory, and if a warranty gun comes in, we'll still be able to work on them and service them just like.
Okay, that is good. They'll still warranty and service them until they run out of parts, probably.
Like we've always done.
Yeah.
But that discontinued list, yes, we are stopping production.
All right, so you guys heard what Shane said.
Switch to Canik, the Turkish pistols? No. I have a Canik. It's actually pretty decent. But Canik doesn't make a 17L. Glock makes the 17L.
Obviously, Glock 34 is gone, man, right here.
Wait a second. So, 17?
Oh, no, 17 is still here. You just get your regular 17 like that.
Yeah, only the Gen 3 17.
Like just the standard one. No MOS, no optics ready, can't.
Yeah, not 17, but if you want to put if you're one of those Glock 17 fans and you want to put an optic on it, well, there's a gun for you. It's called Glock 47.
No, don't try to shill the ugly Glock 17. Gross. You put that away right now. Look at that. It looks like they messed up. Look how the frame ends in a weird spot. It's too short. It doesn't match the length of the slide. It's the Glock 17, but ugly.
Right there. Same exact, basically, thing. A Glock 19 recoil spring, that's it. The frame is the Glock 45 type frame, or Glock 19X, the contract trial gun frame. And that's cut for a dime.
That's some copium right there. You can't tell me that's just like a Glock 17. It's ugly, and I don't want it. And I will make fun of anyone who buys it.
What if I want a full-length dust cover, man?
You want too many things.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, just saying. This will get the job done perfectly.
All right.
What I'm also sad about, like Glock 23 and Glock 22.
Nobody was mad about that. Not a soul.
I know it's 40 cal.
I'm not mad. I'm surprised that they didn't keep a 140. Although I would have been angrier if they had kept a 40 and gotten rid of the 34 and 17L. So, I guess it's good they got rid of them.
Not a soul.
Snappy.
Just saying. I mean, it's... Here you go.
Yeah. So here's, I have like a emotional attachment to it, right? Glock 23, my very first firearm ever.
So you like not?
I'm gonna be honest, kind of understandable. I have a bit of emotional connection to my first pistol, the M&P 40. Specifically, I have an emotional connection to the one specific gun that I still own that was my first pistol. But if someone is asking for a recommendation, I'm not going to recommend it to him. Ew. Gross. It's a bad gun. But it's nostalgic for me.
I mean, hitting things.
I was doing just fine. And then when I was state police.
I'm just messing with it.
This was the, to this day, Illinois State Police use the Glock 22.
That is?
And that's what I was issued.
And they still will be able, the police still will be able to use it. They're still going to do contract runs for them.
Then,
so that's another thing. Like, that's mainly a LE gun. So, like, that whole LE line is pretty much going. And they also did say, hey, they're still going to support things if you have, like, warranty stuff, so we can still do it. But, like, now, does that mean most LE agencies will be moving to 9mm?
Wait, most likely. Here's the deal. The history, and if I...
Okay, regardless of Glock making these changes, law enforcement agencies are already moving to 9mm. That's just something that's happening anyways.
Just touch base on that one very quickly. Way back in 1986, we had the Miami shootout with a bunch of FBI agents and bank robbers, right? Mm-hmm. They used 9mm back in the day in 357, and the very first shot the FBI agent fired at the bank robber was through his heart. It was a fatal hit, but the 9mm at that time did not have the terminal effects that we have today.
Well, yeah, technology has improved. Ballistics have improved for 9mm significantly.
And the guy was able to still fight and kill a bunch of agents before he died. So from there, FBI was like, you know what? Okay, let's go to our 10mm, which is just much better than your 9mm. Right. But then that was a hand cannon. People just couldn't qualify, especially back.
They had a bunch of weak wrists, soft hands, and weak-wristed officers. They had to switch to 40 short and weak.
Back in that technology, and it became an issue. Like, people couldn't really qualify, couldn't really, it was just not good of a shooting experience when it comes to shooting through a handgun. The MP 510 though, that's a different story.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. But then FBI just decided to cut down the casing and the projectile, just basically a little bit, just like from 9mm to 380, it's just like that, and came out with 40 caliber.
Yeah.
Now, and that was a little bit more manageable. But still 40, if you guys never fired a 40 caliber, it is, and from a 9mm when compared to, 40 is very snappy.
Yeah.
40 is a little snappy. Like it's not like a lot more.
Fastness of like a 9mm, but all the hand cannon power of a 10mm, since it's just a casing cut down, like you said. So is it really the best of both worlds?
That's the thing though. The FBI Ballistic Research Facility actually did a lot of extensive research on these calibers for their next caliber selection. And then early 2010s, like 2011 to 2013, right around that time, the Ballistic Research Facility is like, 9mm is, today's 9mm was far more effective than a 40 caliber. So they just went to 9mm. Other agencies follow suit, and 40 just started to become obsolete.
And that's when they came out with your second favorite one, the 19M.
19M, 17M, I was issued
both
of them right there.
I forgot that the M's existed, I'm going to be honest.
When I was first going through Quantico, this is the gun I was given right here, non-MOS, beautiful, did pretty well. And then because my hands are a little bit too big, I was given the 17M. Loved it to this day. My favorite Glock is 19M or 17M.
But not the Combat Master?
Well, that's a Terran Tactical. That's a different one. But anyways, guys, this is in a nutshell the story when it comes to Glock discontinuing certain SKUs, certain
You
guns.
hope they get a lot of backlash with this decision. I hope that they come back and they're like, wait, we're going to bring some of these back. I hope that they rescind the discontinuation of the 17L, the 34, and the 20. Those three specifically. Like the 40, they could be coming out with a Gen 5 of it. The 40 is the one I'm most surprised that they're getting rid of. Because even though it doesn't quite tickle my fancy, the 40, the Glock Model 40 in 10mm, is a super popular gun. Like for bear defense and stuff. Like I've sold so many of those working in a gun shop. Like it's crazy. Why would they discontinue that one? Glock 34 Gen 6? I don't think so. I don't think so.
What's going on here? If you have any problems, complaints, obviously you can go to Glock and do it to them. We're just simply passing on the information.
Yeah. So of course with the, since it's mainly LE, well, the 23 and the 22 LE stuff, I'm pretty sure departments are going to be trading that in. So I'm pretty sure it might be pop up somewhere.
Without a doubt.
If you just Google it.
Exactly. So if you Google this, obviously you'll be able to get it. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
The agencies are going to dump their 40 cal or some other discontinued Glocks.
Agencies already have been dumping their 40s. There's so many police trade-in 40s, it's crazy.
21 SF.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that for sure. I know for a fact I'll get my hands on some of them. 22 is definitely one of them. I just wanted in my inventory. That's it. Anyways, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this? Just let us know. And check out CF Contest. He's going to tell you how.
Of course, you can Google it. You can Firefox it like he likes to do. And then when you are there, admire that picture.
What do I think?
Guys, thanks
what
for
do I
tuning in.
think?
We appreciate your business.
God bless.
We'll see you on the next one.
Honestly, what do I think? I think that the vast majority of it was fat that needed to be trimmed. Like, obviously, getting rid of the 45 gap, the 357 SIG, they should have gotten rid of those years ago. 40, like, I think it's a little too early to get rid of all of them. But I can understand it. Getting rid of the 40, the 34, and the 17L, I don't understand. I don't understand that one. Time to get a Glock 23. Which one was the 23, chat? Which one was the 23? Oh, the 40? Why do you want a 23? The Glock 19 sized 40? Why would you want that one? The one to get, chat. The one to get, 10 mil, the Glock 29 Gen 5. This gun has only been out for a few months and they're already discontinuing it. This is collectors right here. This is a collector's investment. Rare Glock put on Gunbroker. Small hand cannon. Yeah. I'm not gonna get one. I am gaslighting you, chat. I'm not gonna get one. That's a horrible investment. Don't buy one of those as an investment. If you want one of those, go for it. But don't investment buy one of those. Horrible idea. Remember, you are Cali chatter. Yeah, just buy one outside of state, have it transferred to a dealer outside of state, and then just make them hold on to it until you move out of state. Just leave your FFL transfer there for years. I have had people do that. Honestly, not like moving states for it, but I have seen people who were like 20, like 19 or 20, like buy a gun on a sale and have it transferred. And they're like, oh, I'm not old enough to pick that up yet. Can you hold on to me till my birthday? And they're like, okay, how long? How long do we hold on to it for you? And they're like, 14 months. Like, what? What do you think we are? Oh, we're not U-Haul storage. Like, what? Get out of here. Some stores charge storage fees. Probably. I know there are some stores back when NFA wait times were long. Your NFA transfer fee would also have a storage fee based on how long you were waiting on paperwork. You want to have the Echelon XDM in 10, but Cali. The XDM 10 mil is pretty nice. I'll be honest, it's pretty nice. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm not gonna buy one, but it is a good gun. It sounds illegal. 21 for pistols. So, I mean, yeah, you can't transfer it, but a lot of online retailers don't ask age. They're like, oh, yeah, credit card, accepted, shipped, and then wherever it's shipped to has to deal with it. Gun kennel extended stay, yeah. That gun thought it was abandoned by its owner that it never even got to see. They usually trying to get in 3 months or less. 3 months, it's a long time, but that's not like terrible. That's not awful. Now you have the 9 XDM in Cali. So now you want the 10. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck with that one. Hey, Godspeed to Cali. Hopefully they figure out what's going on in a good way. Oh, so it's already 12:30. Oh. Where does time go, chat? Besides away. I guess I did start stream a little late today. I was a little late getting home today. Oh. I was a little late getting home and the cat got out. I had to go freaking chase the cat around outside. Little bastard. Seen where Everytown said they won't go after owners, only future sales. that sounds like empty words. Every town absolutely would go after current owners. Yeah, they'll say, "Oh yeah, this just this little thing. That's all we want," and then it's never all they want. That's never all they want. Never give an inch, chat. Never give an inch. Only give an inch if you're taking a mile at the same time, I guess. I should specify. If I have to give up FRTs, but at the same time, it removes short-barreled rifles, shotguns, and AOWs from the NFA. Do you take that deal? I think I take that deal. The way they word things, especially with different changes to the current bills in Cali. A bold-faced lie. Bill 1127 started off as a licensing to have 3D printer and switched to background check for gun parts. Crazy. Glock ban. The Glock ban there's no way. It's not going to work. The Glock has too much money. Like, obviously the anti-gunners, the anti-Second Amendment. I feel like a crazy conspiracy theorist when I use the word anti-gunners. I don't know why. People are trying to ban guns. They're very well funded. But you want to know who else is very well funded? Glock. Glock ban is common name. It's a ban prohibition for any semi-automatic convertible pistol. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it's colloquially called the Glock ban because that's what it's primarily targeting. It's targeting Glocks and the Glock clones. It includes Glock Switch trademark. The Glock Switch trademark is already banned. Unless you have your FFL and SOT and all that fancy expensive stuff. You can't have that anyways. Force reset triggers, bump stocks, etc. FRTs and bump stocks have already been through the court system, though. They already said that they couldn't ban those. So if it passes, like, they're literally just actively defying the courts. Which is probably going to be annoying for a while for the consumers. But the courts really don't like being annoyed. Glock would roll for a compromise that would allow them to swap the Gen 3 with a non-convertible Gen 5 on the roster. I mean, maybe. I don't think that California would make that compromise. I don't think they would. In the bill, you read where they'll mandate a program, what, like Alcoholics Anonymous, gun collectors anonymous. Hi, I'm Roman. I've been addicted to buying guns for 44 years. I probably need that program. I'm gonna be honest. Chat. Maybe I need Gun Collectors Anonymous. Basically another government entity that'll put in place to enforce or regulate the effects. Gross. Gross. Tax! Not taxes. There's already taxes on guns. There's taxes on everything. There's already hidden taxes everywhere. It's part of the reason why everything is so expensive. What's the big gun hidden tax? It's like the bird tax or something. Something stupid. It's some conservation tax. The hunter/bird tax. And whatever it is. Whatever it is. There's some hidden tax behind guns. You've got all kinds of excise taxes and carbon footprint taxes or whatever. And I don't know, everything that anyone buys ever has a tax on it. The government may be bad at most things, but they're really good at figuring out how to do taxes and make it as inconvenient as possible for the people. California's 11% excise tax was literally put in place because COVID put gun sales through the roof. So if people were buying guns and ammo, and they aren't paying enough in taxes. Imagine people being able to spend money on what they wanted because they weren't literally being scalped for taxes. Imagine people being able to do what they want with their money. That's crazy. Could you imagine such a dystopian society where people got to choose how to use their money? That's... How dare you? How dare you even, like, insinuate something like that? Listen to where CRPA said the Glock ban is funded by US aid. Probably not. Most of the weird US aid funding is going overseas to, really stupid overseas programs, but who knows? Who knows, really? The Pakistani gender studies was, I'm sure, a worthwhile taxpayer investment. I just made that one up. That may or may not actually have been real. The 11% tax is put towards more anti-gun propaganda and programs. Like, Moms Against Gun Violence. Gross. Supposedly to harden and protect schools and children. They really don't know what a hard target is, do they? That ugh. Ah. Every day I become more radicalized and more extreme. I don't really. I feel like I'm pretty consistent. But I can see how people would become black-pilled, for sure. I understand it. I don't agree, but I understand. Don't be black-pilled, chat. Don't do it. It's not worth it. They're trying to black pill you, chat, because if you're black pilled, you stop fighting back. And that's what they need. That's what they need to succeed. So don't black pill yourself. That's letting them win. Never black pill. Black pill is giving in. It's giving up. And that's what they want. Don't give them what they want. Jelly bean pill. Don't take the licorice jelly bean, chat. Don't do it. Save them all for me. Those are my favorite jelly beans. It's okay. I'll save you. I'll save you from the black jelly beans. Those are the best ones. You can fight me. You can fight me. I can't feel pain anymore. Because of the black jelly beans. I've conditioned myself. I've conditioned myself to not feel pain from all the black jelly beans I've eaten. I haven't had black licorice in a long time. I need to get some. Do they sell black licorice on Amazon? Probably. I don't want to like go to the store and buy it because most places don't even carry black licorice. It's weird how the Cali Glock ban is in line with Glock discontinued. Also, the Glock discontinue is in line with the increased tariffs that is going to hit Glock pretty hard. Which seems like way more of a driver to me. Perfect. Yeah, do I have a P.O. box? You can send these leftover Easter black jelly beans. I don't have a P.O. box. No, I don't. Maybe one day when I become a huge Twitch streamer, once I become the size of a really big VTuber, once I'm like Fillion, except less AD, HD, and more guns, I'll have a P.O. box stream. Leaflet audience, at least partner. Grimmy audience. If you're gonna have a P.O. box stream, you need to be able to confidently set up a P.O. box that people are actually going to send stuff to. So obviously that's going to depend on, you know, the community that has been built up to the point. But I as cool as a P.O. box stream would be, I see it happening no time soon. Leaf audience, Grimmy audience, I'm gonna surpass all of them, chat. I'm gonna become the biggest VTuber on Twitch. I'm really gonna have to up my calorie intake because I'm gonna have to pass everyone else. I was gonna say Queso, but he's not a VTuber, so. I have a long way to go, chat. I don't know if you can tell by my bony little fingers. This stuff makes you mad you've spent your money? What? What makes you mad that you spent money? Hold on. Huh? I'm never mad that I spent money. Whenever I start getting upset that I spent money on something, then I start huffing so much copium that I don't get mad anymore. I'll buy something like, ooh, I don't know if that was a good financial decision. I'm like, okay, it was okay. That was a good financial decision. This is all right. The trade stuff going on, you're not spending any money. I'm trying to save, or at least hemorrhage less money. There are a few things. There's one thing specifically that was at SHOT Show that I will be buying should it ever be released. And that's the Matador Bullpup 9mm. But that hasn't been released yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Bullpup 9mm? Yes, yes. I'm not sponsored by Matador, but I will take every opportunity to shill this product because I need it to succeed. All right, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. This one. This one right here on the top. Look at it. Look at it in all its beauty. Bullpup 9mm takes Colt mags. It's an SBR. You sink the suppressor back into the handguard. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect, chat. It also makes some other cool stuff. Like that. If you want your Helldivers Bison thing. But that one. That's the one I want. Also the Type 100 that bro was making. Is that LM Ironworks? Is that who it was? I think so. Speaking of not paid to shill, am I weeb enough to wear horse pat? Is that the Tomoe? Is that a Tomoe pattern? It's gotta be. It's gotta be Tomoe or the horse girls. What is it? Ume Musume or something like that? It's real. It's real. The Umarmi. Oh, the mag? Mag pre-order? $23? Not bad. Oh, is it just the wrap? You gotta put it on yourself. Horse pat? Where are the horses? Chat, I don't see any horses in this pattern. I wanted this to be like... I was expecting like an Ian pat. I definitely was expecting Ian pat, except like Tomoe. $50. $50, chat, for this square shirt. I like my shirts fitted. Coming soon, sold out. I want one of the coming soon sold out. on my way to buy an anime mag. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Please note, mag not included. So it's just $23 for the wrap. And you had to put it on yourself. I'd be a little nervous about putting it on myself just because I've never done it before. I'd be afraid to mess up. And you get both of them for a $10 discount. You can save $9.99 if you buy them together. Wrap material? I don't know, what material is it? Vinyl? Vinyl. It's vinyl. The shirt. Gotcha? Gotcha Loha. Gotcha Loha. It's a interesting pattern. I feel like it's very eye-catching instead of being a camouflage. I wish that more merch shirts were available in like fitted sizes. Like give me the slim model. I mean, I know they have to provide it to a VTuber audience, which I know is going to be maybe not the crowd who's looking for fitted clothes. We might be stereotyping a little bit there. But it makes slim fit shirts great again. Yes, please. I'm tired of all this like baggy sweatshirt style. I want people to see exactly what my body type is through my clothes. Bring back skinny jeans and tightly fitted shirts. Because my wardrobe's getting thin and I can't replace it very easily. You don't know about the skinny jeans part? I love my skinny jeans. Chat, don't you knock my skinny jeans. You do have to have at least a little bit of muscle in your legs though for skinny jeans. You can't have a stick figure build for skinny jeans. You have to have at least a little something down there. Like you have to get your steps in every day. Maybe do some squats every now and then. Like you have to have something. You don't want like stick man or flabby legs under the skinny jeans. Now I'm just being judgmental. It's okay. Slim fit shirts. It's okay. We can bring it back one at a time. I need more slim fit shirts. I'm tired of just being comfortable and relaxed all the time. Slim fit clothes force me to have better posture. When I'm in comfy clothes, I'm shrimping all the time. Also, disclaimer, just like the legal advice, maybe don't take fashion advice from VTubers. don't take legal or fashion advice from VTubers. Just Just a heads up. Probably don't do that. It's 1 in the morning. It's 1 in the morning already, chat. What is going on? All right, chat. I do have to get at least what I pretend is a normal amount of sleep. So we are going to be ending here as soon as we find someone to raid. Who do we raid, though, is the question. That's a very good question. Who haven't we raided in a while? You know who we haven't raided in a while. Laylo? Is Laylo on? I'm following too many people. Laylo is on. See, we've got Laylo. We've got Gaddy. We've got probably other people who I've missed in the list. I think we've raided Laylo more recently than we've raided Gaddy. So I think we're gonna raid Gaddy. Oh, my keyboard disconnected. We are going to raid Gaddy. Gaddy is currently playing the Oblivion remaster. So for those of you who have Oblivion nostalgia, there you go. So I will be back on when Saturday. I'm back on Saturday. So back on Saturday. Until next time, I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mao. Not the BAFTA. Majestic Potato. Megalum. Toxic Rambo. Derez. Anyone else who is hanging about, lurking around, I appreciate you all very much. And I will see you all next time. Next stream, I don't have any plans for next stream. Oh, Saturday stream might be a little late. I am going to be doing something else content creation related that I will tell you guys about when it happens after it's released. So yeah, that'll be happening.